Alright, so we have this movie, Frighteeners. Um, wow. Well, it's a weird thing when there's a film you like to a certain extent, but then it goes a different way. It's almost as if someone was like, you know what, I'm driving down this road and I'm like having a good journey all of a sudden. No, fuck this, and just drive around somewhere else. And I don't understand how something that's fine, it's adequate, turns into complete and utter shit. It turns into a self-parody, and I don't know why it turns into a self-parody. I just don't get it. But the thing is, we have Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future, who a great actor, and I really like him. Um, and I feel sorry for him that he had to do this film. I mean, at first it was fine and enjoyable, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was sort of in between, and then it turns into something else, which seems like a comedy film that's sort of laughing at itself, and it's just so incredibly terrible. I don't understand. There's this whole thing about the whole ghost thing, and that all seems quite interesting. And they have the counterplay and the way that they have the ghosts, and he sort of sees them, but then other people don't see them, and stuff like that. That's all quite interesting. But obviously the way they've portrayed death in films before and TV shows and all that, that's all sort of like different and not all the same. So in this film, he looks fine and looks quite scary and all that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. The problem is the way the way the rest of the sorry, the way the rest of the film goes from that point, because I just don't like that second half. All it shows to me is, oh, it's like, oh, just give it to somebody else. Yeah, he'll do the movie. Yeah, I can't be bothered now. No, 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 can't do it. And there's this weird thing where this film thinks it's really funny, like really bad funny. It turns into something else. And there's this scene where he's trying to go away from the death figure or whatever it is, and then obviously he can't save her because then the death figure's coming after her, and then she's gonna get killed. And then she's like, I'll get you! You murdered your wife! And she's dying, right? Because that's the spirit who's going away because they're going to some like like vertical complex universe, something. I don't know. But they go somewhere. And that said, and there's also a scene before that where the cops think he's really threatening somehow. I don't understand that at all. Like all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere that, oh, okay, apparently Michael J. Fox is a psycho, really threatening. And I'm not saying this, I'm just thinking, obviously, it's how the cops sort of see it, and I don't know why that's sort of thrown on, just sort of like that. It's just not even explained, they just think he's a threat for some reason. And for some reason isn't good enough. And then there's all this shooting and they're missing him and they're not getting him with the bullets and the blah de blah, and then he takes them out of the takes the woman who's gonna get killed out of the museum, and it's just rubbish. It's just honestly what happened? And I was having fun with it, and then it just turned into something else. I just don't understand what happened. And frankly, for that reason, that's why I have to give it a low mark, because I lost interest, didn't care, and just couldn't stand it anymore, really, to be honest with you. Well, like I say, I think Michael J. Fox is great. He's so, charismatic and so just great, and I just like the way he is, that he doesn't sort of let down on his performance. He's always good. I mean, I've seen him in Back to the Future, Sick to My Success, Doc Hollywood, and yeah, I like him. I think what's happened here is they think, let's get Michael J. Fox, a big star, let's make him sort of bankable, and he can play this and he'll carry his weight, and then the film doesn't carry that weight. It just he can carry his own weight, but then all of a sudden, for some reason, it's like the film just completely shuts down and boom, no, can't compute, and that's just not good enough. And yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of this film overall. I mean, I wasn't mad fussed on it. I wasn't like a big fan to begin with, but then when it got halfway through, I just completely just thought, you know what, enough.